The challenges of having a sports season in the middle of a pandemic continued this past week. In recent weeks, we have seen an increasing number of college football games postponed or canceled because of COVID-19. For the Badgers, their third game of the season was canceled this past week. The scheduled matchup with the Minnesota Golden Gophers called off because of an outbreak within the Minnesota program. But we'll still talk a little football this week with head coach Kohl Cryst as well as senior cornerback Caesar Williams. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin men's basketball team has opened its season. Finally, we'll hear from head coach Greg Gard. All of that coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Ford holds and looks, one dribble, left-hand flip tries, return feed Ford for three, right side money. That's how you started. Lean forward with a triple to begin the scoring in Madison. Lane jump stop, bobbles, got it back, throws it up, too hard, no good. Rebound comes down to Brad Davison for Wisconsin. Cross court, right to left, Trice, good look at a three, left side, bang. And it's 8-0 Wisconsin, not quite 2.5 minutes into the game. Doss against Davison, and Davison takes it away. Another live ball turnover. Here's Brad, little 2-on-3, doesn't like the numbers. He'll slow it down, feeds Trice, now to Ford, left corner with a shot fake. Inside feed, Potter catches off the left block. He's against Stredick, single coverage, low on the left. Micah up, got it, it counts, and a foul. The bigger, stronger man, Micah Potter. Tyler Wall, baseline left, out to Davis, left corner. Starts to penetrate, kicks to Ford, long two, right side, good. Lean Ford with 7, and it's now 25. It's a three-point shot for Ford, and it's now 25-0 Wisconsin.
It's a team game, and we want to continue to play that way. So, as long as we can continue to have so many contributors, that'll be a great thing. But some nights will be someone else's night, and another night we can have a different leading scorer. So, that's just great to have from top to bottom, from the starting five to our guys coming in off the bench that can contribute like that. So that's really good for us.
I think we're still, and we may be for a few more games yet, still trying to find who we really are, especially on the offensive end. I think it's starting to create more and more of an identity. Obviously, playing through the two bigs is important, and just finding ways to how to complement that, and how else we're going to create some things offensively and do some things to supplement, what Nate and Micah can do.
5 to shoot. Price off the wing. Hanging, feeds Potter. Down the lane. Slam dunk. Counted. And a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final Four.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor.
Oh! White spot open. Caulfield.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view.
And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Farquhar, left lane line, lost his balance, lost the ball. Loose change picked up by Reavers. On the push, Nate down the lane to the rim, lays it up and in. Outlet pass to Trice up the left sideline of the front court. Trice on the dribble on the left wing. He'll give it to Potter. He'll try a three. Left of the circle. Got it. Micah Potter for three. Hands off to Davis. Flip for Anderson. Refeeds Johnny. Open three on the right side. Good. Nothing but net for Johnny Davis. 49-19 Wisconsin. Moore's in some trouble. Ball's batted around and another turnover. Ford saves it. Potter feeds Wall. Down the lane. Slam dunk. Tyler Wall able to wind up and send it in. Davis out front goes into Potter. Micah right block, one pump up and off the glass and rim. No, but a tip dunk from Nate Reavers. Back out to Carlson, feeds Crow in the paint, turns up right hand. Good, well done. Crow with his first points. Anderson, Wall, and three freshmen on the floor for Wisconsin right now. Wall throws to Trevor. Left of the circle. Goes inside. Carlson turns up and in. Oh, Ben Carlson has some offensive aim. He has 13 points. Out front to Dixon. They want high-low, and it's taken away by Johnny Davis. They wanted Friday inside. Davis the steal. Oh, Euro step down the lane. Layup good. Johnny Davis the steal. Takes it coast to coast.
From the first day that they came in, they've been aggressive. They've been competing in practice, and it's showing in these first two games that we've had. They've been getting after it every day. For the first few games that they're doing amazing. I would give them a 10 out of 10 with the nerves and everything and the situation that we're in today. They've done a really good job coming in and competing and just really playing the game and doing all the things that Coach Dard wants them to.
The stuff they do in practice is essential. Like, that's the stuff that people don't really see. Playing on a scout team and giving us, you know, guys, big bodies and good players to go against in practice every single day, that's where they really help us in games. You know, even though they may not get on the floor as much, that's where they really help us is in practice. They've done a great job on the scout team in giving us good looks against, for our opponents coming up.
The only way they're going to learn is to do it and then have me get upset about it in a timeout and then have me show it on film on Sunday when we get back together. And that's still, like I said, as much as we practice, talk, rep things out, going through an actual game and have something happen to you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, and getting that actual experience is by far and away the best teacher that we can create. So, like I said, it's great to get them on the floor because that allows that experience to take place, and then we've got a lot of things to work from that they've got a chance to experience, and we can teach from it then.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
I'll do it.
Hy-Vee Aisles Online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. We continue with the Badgers Sports Report time now for our weekly chat with head coach Paul Chryst. And for this week, I wanted to get into an area that I'm not sure we've gotten into, certainly lately, if ever, and it's the evaluation of specialists. The Badgers program has been blessed for a long time with a number of very good punters and kickers, award winners, All-Americans. Paul, is this a little different in how you evaluate? I mean, certainly you look at their high school performances, or even in the case of Andy Vunovich, who was at the University of Dubuque. But is it a mix between that more and then the kicking camps? Does that weigh pretty heavily as you try to evaluate who you might want to try to recruit?
I think you're exactly right. Obviously the tape that you can get tells part of the story, but I think that's one that if you ever can see him live, it changes it. We've been fortunate, with we have a specialist camp and we get really good numbers, and part of that is that Taylor Meloff has a great reputation, amongst the kicking, the specialist community, for lack of a better term. And, we're one of the few programs that has devoted a special teams only coach in Chryst Herring. And so that, having the time, and then if you get good numbers and we've been fortunate, we have really good numbers at our camps, and you can see them and be around them. And I think that helps a ton. And then obviously having, guys that are solely devoted to studying it. And I think part of evaluation is when you can watch a large volume of it, and then you can compare and contrast. And then if there's a history to your evaluation, it's easier to project. There's certainly no guarantees, but it's a little bit easier to project, or kind of, okay, I remember this out of this person, I see it in this one here. So I feel like we're real fortunate with who we've got it and the way that it's set up.
I know fans are getting to know, at least by watching, Andy Vunovich. He's a Wisconsin guy, but he was at the University of Dubuque. It's interesting to me because I know last year there were some issues with getting some punts blocked. I would guess that there were protection problems. But is there something that, Paul, the staff may have spotted too, just to help Andy get the ball away faster? Is something involved there? That because the guy obviously has a big leg, but seems like maybe he's cleaned up a thing or two in the last few months.
No, I think you're exactly right, and I think there's a lot to it, and I think part of it is when you can devote a coach to that and really hold them accountable to it in the system. And we've got a really good group of specialists, and they they love filming it. Even in the summer they'll film it on their own, and they'll study in the details, and there's enough knowledge of what we're trying to do and go forth. Because you're exactly right about Andy, and it was a problem, but you look at what the get off times were, and there's enough. He's a tremendous athlete, so there was no hesitation that we could get him to this point. And I say we, but really, our special teams staff could get him to that point. And I do believe that he's got a ton of talent, and we sure are thankful he's here.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because he really is an athlete. And I think, Taylor Meloff, when he was here, actually still does now, he's an athlete. Kevin Stempke, athlete. They have the reputation. Now, obviously, some are shaped a little differently than others through the years, but you've had some guys here who look like, especially with a guy like Vunovich, it looks like he could play a couple of other positions, but obviously punting is the calling card here. But you've had some guys who maybe don't look the part, quote unquote. They can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, Hoff is our one exception, right? Like Hoff gets the,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and he made up for it in personality and how he cared about this team. But I think there is a lot to that. And even back when I was playing, and Todd Gregory was a heck of a kicker for us, and he was an all-state football player. And I think that's one of the, having gone through what we've gone through recently, with the exception of Hoff, of course, we really did want to go with guys that are good athletes and competitive, and just even in their makeup and kind of their approach. I think there's a mental toughness to it and a physical toughness to it that is good for it applies, in what they're doing. So that is something that we certainly are putting importance on right now. And I think the guys that, Jack Van Dykstat, was a really good athlete in high school, but you're right by Andy. I mean, guys, you see him in the weight room, and guys see him running, and there's other coaches like, I'll take him on this side, I'll take him over here. But I think he's got a great place where he's at, and we just got to continue to work, and I know he'll continue to get better. But he's already made a significant impact for us.
It's a unique group, those guys, punters, kickers, the long snapper, Adam Bay. I would guess a lot of Badger fans who
consider themselves very knowledgeable. If you say, who's a long snapper, they might not know, but that's a good thing, right? I mean, the fewer people who know who the long snapper is, that probably means things are going okay.
That's a great thing, and I give Adam a ton of credit. And, he's come in and he's had a lot of snaps, but I've loved seeing his growth and his maturity. Certainly personal, but in the position, and it's been fun to see. And it's exactly what you want. I remember when I brief stint as a long snapper, and my best friend growing up, he did notice me. I bounced one back, and that's the only time that they're going to notice you. And it is good when we don't necessarily want the fans to know. We want them to know about Adam, but we don't really want them to be part of the storyline. But he takes great pride in it. We've been lucky. Connor Udelova was the same way, and we've had a number of guys in the past been great snappers, and it is a different role. It's a different part of the team, but boy, they're as valuable as anyone.
Well, I think of Kyle Wida. He was snapping. He blew out his knee, right? But he worked through all of that. The little bit of toughness there.
It's been unbelievable.
Yeah, right. Always a time where those guys, it's a game on the line situation. So a little love this week for the specialists, the punters, the kickers, and maybe most importantly, the long snappers. Stay with us. We'll have more coming up as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
As of the recording of this program, it's still to be determined whether the Badgers and Gophers will end up meeting after all on Saturday, December 19th, part of Champions Week, where in theory a team from the East Division plays a team from the West, but there's been some conversation that a rivalry such as this needs to be played if at all possible. If it does, it's always special, right? The battle for Paul Bunyan's axe last year, the game had increased meaning as they were determining the West Division champion and the representative in the Big Ten championship game. It was a major moment as well, or moments, plural, for Badger cornerback Caesar Williams. Going up against a very good group of receivers and a very good offense, Caesar had more than a little to do with the Badgers bringing the axe back to Madison.
3rd and goal at the 4. Morgan to throw, pops it up left side for Tyler Johnson. Broken up by Caesar Williams. Left corner of the end zone. Morgan to throw, looks, throws, left side, Tyler Johnson. Broken up again, and it's Caesar Williams again. Oh, what clutch work by Williams as the Badgers turn him back, protecting a 14-point lead.
Through those two plays, I know they were going to try me, try the secondary at that. Our front seven have been doing a good job at stopping the run, and they had a guy that they really trusted, and for me to hone in and guard him, and it was more so just trusting my technique, trust what I do every day to do it out there on game day, just like as if it's practice. But one thing that I did keep in the back of my head was it's on me, and I don't want to go home like we did the year before. And for me to hone in and make those two plays, it felt great because I made a stop for our defense, but as well, I made a stop for, the whole program, for the whole tradition of Wisconsin. Making those two plays, it kind of slowed Minnesota down. And to see our seniors with that axe again, with their smile on their face, meant everything in the world to me more than just making the 2 goal line stops.
I would imagine, Caesar, someone who plays your position, you want that ball to come your way, right? You have to have that mentality, that confidence where you're saying, yeah, send it over here. You probably had that all along, right?
Of course. I mean, and them being so close to the goal line, I treat it as if the ball is coming my way every play, no matter what. No matter if it's a run, how close or how high or low we are in the red zone. And as I seen before, I kind of seen so the first time they came at me, it was more so, it was both of them were one-on-one matchups, but just playing well, playing confident. It was playing confident, trusting my technique. And then the second time, I had a feeling that they were coming at me because I seen PJ Fleck really just staring at me and his number one receiver. So for me, it was kind of undisciplined by me to look to their sideline and see what they might have going on, because every play they look towards their sideline and they want to get the perfect play to match whatever defense or coverage we're in. So me being a little undisciplined, I decided to take a look as well, and I seen PJ Fleck kneeling, looking at his number one guy, and that's when I had a sense of, you know what, the ball may come this way, and I might have to be my best, do my best, whatever I can do to get this stop.
Yeah, that was maybe undisciplined, but maybe smart too at the same time, right? With your part. Do you get feedback if it's, from KP, Kendrick Pryor, Danny when he's out there? Is there a little feedback? Maybe you can give them a little bit of help and they give you a little bit of help. And if that's the case, what kind of things maybe have you learned over time?
Oh, for sure. I learned a lot. If they gave me something that might have, oh, that was a good move in practice, or like I need to see that again. With me working with those guys, I'll ask them, let's rep that some more after practice. Let me see that again, so I know how to play it when I see it. Or if it's a long day of practice and we want to go recover, I go straight to the film room and I ask them, what did you see for you to do this? Or what gave you the goal to make this move? Like, what did you see in my leverage? What did you see in my technique for you to make that move if I lost the battle? So I think when it comes to getting better, you have to put your pride aside and, talk to guys. And I think that's how you get better. You don't get better by just thinking you're the best, or thinking that you're going to win every rep no matter what. Or, playing DB, you're going to get beat here and there. Sometimes you dominate a receiver, and we just go, if I do something great, well, Kendrick will be like, can you give me that again after practice, and we'll rep that.
It's a good group back there, that's for sure, with a lot of depth, and Caesar Williams, one of the leaders back in that secondary. Stay with us. We have more to come as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
We thank head coach Greg Gard as well as head coach Paul Chryst and cornerback Caesar Williams. Hopefully the football team will be back in action. They have a scheduled home game next Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium, a 2:30 kick against the Indiana Hoosiers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
I'll do it. Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.